said it was her back that was bothering her. Obviously, she left twice. It turns out ABC, your colleagues and mine actually, were saying that, according to others who watched, hip flexor potentially and or groin that went over the airwaves. Can you clarify exactly what was going on with Katie?
Yeah, I mean, that would be the first time I've heard that. But no, I think it's part of maintaining the body. I mean, as she has adjusted her body and focused on. I mean, look, I think when we're all really young, we don't learn proper mechanics, and then it doesn't get exposed until something happens. And trying to get her body mechanically the way that it needs to go. This is going to be an ongoing thing. Not just her. I mean, we've had multiple players who have gone back, and we don't have the blue tent, right? But they're going to go back and get adjusted and make sure that the body's working. Hip alignment gets off, and rib alignment gets off, and it's part of being a professional athlete. So nothing really outside of that.
So she's okay.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, we wouldn't have played her 30 minutes if she wasn't okay. So.
Welcome everybody to the Sports Culture, all things sports. It's Jay Banfo, and we got to talk about the Indiana Fever and Dallas Wings. But before we get into that, like, comment, share, subscribe, and thanks for your support. So the most anticipated season opener in recent WNBA history is in the books, and it did live up to all of the drama. The Dallas Wings defeated the Indiana Fever 107-104, with Paige Beckers leading the Wings to the victory. Caitlin Clark and Kelsey Mitchell both had an opportunity to tie the game at 107, but they both missed their three-point attempts. Now, for both teams, defense was not an option, as it marked the first time in WNBA history that both teams scored over 100 points in a season opening game. Now, if you look online, both team fan bases are ready to hit the panic button. Now, I've never been the type of person to overreact after one game, but in this video, I do want to break down some concerns I have that I will be paying attention to all season long. So, for the Dallas Wings, we got to talk about AZ Fudd, the number one overall pick in the 2026 WNBA draft. Now, you would expect the number one pick to be the cornerstone piece from day one. Instead, AZ Fudd didn't even start. She played only 18 minutes and finished with 3 points. Her head coach, Jose Fernandez, had this to say to the media after the game about AZ coming off the bench.
What are some things you're looking for from AZ coming off the bench? Because I know you're still testing combinations, and she, with the Rike back, she came off the bench. Just what are some things you're looking for from her?
Nothing, just continue to do what she's doing. It's her first year in the league. We got 5 really talented backcourt players. And obviously Sims, Paige, Arike, AZ, and Azai James.
Now, the Wings are loaded at the guard position, so I understand why AZ is coming off the bench. However, when you are the top pick in the WNBA draft, there are certain expectations that come with that. The franchise builds around you, so it just seems kind of weird that she's coming off the bench to start her WNBA career. It also makes you wonder, did she even deserve to be the number one overall pick? Hopefully, in due time, she will enter the starting lineup, but I did find it interesting how they are approaching her WNBA career early on. As far as the Indiana Fever, we have to address their defense, or more so, their lack of defense. You cannot win in the WNBA by allowing 107 points in a game. The Wings shot 59% from the field and 52% from 3. Caitlin Clark and Kelsey Mitchell has to improve on defense, and I understand how much the offense runs through them, but the effort has to be better. To be honest, I didn't think the Wings were going to win the game, but on Saturday, they showed they are an improved team who can score at a high clip on any given day. And lastly, Caitlin Clark. So a couple of things from her that I'm semi-concerned about. First, we got to address her three-point shooting slump. On Saturday, she finished 2 from 9 from 3, and last year, in only 13 games, remember, she shot 28% from 3. Now, in college, she was known as a great three-point shooter, but in the WNBA, it hasn't translated. Now, I do feel like eventually she will get back on track and become that great three-point shooter we know and love. But as of now, she's not at that point. Now, when it comes to her health, that's a whole nother topic. Twice in the second half of the game on Saturday, Caitlin Clark didn't just sit on the bench, she disappeared into the back tunnel. There were no reports of her being out for the game. She just went to the back with no explanation at the time. So when reporters asked Caitlin Clark about the situation afterwards, she said, "My back gets out of line pretty quickly, just getting it put back in place." Now, that just sounds crazy to me. And everybody from the fans to the coaches to the front office, they all need to be on high alert. Remember, it was her right groin injury and bone bruise in her ankle that made her miss most of last season. And now this year, we're talking about back issues. I don't want to be that person, but Caitlin Clark might just be injury prone. Now, for the record, she isn't injured right now. But when you talk about back injuries for a basketball player, it's one of those issues that's hard to recover from. As a Caitlin Clark fan, I'm hoping for the best in regards to her recent injuries. I can't help but notice that the media isn't really talking about her back issues and making it into a bigger deal. So many questions need to be asked. When did this injury happen? Will it affect her long term? And is that the reason why she's been so bad from 3-point range? Her back issues, now I will be paying attention to that all season long. And like I said, I'm hoping for the best long term. Now, with that being said, like, comment, share, subscribe, and I'll see y'all next time.